Hello, my name is Samar Mansour. We are MD Business Solutions. Today we're going to talk about Wine Fusion's business strategies. My part is going to be the SWOT analysis. Now I'm going to hand over to my colleague.
Hi, my name is Esther and I'm going to be talking about Wine Fusion and giving some recommendations.
Hi, my name is Daisy. I am going to talk about analyzing external environment analysis.
My name is Mohammed. I'm going to talk about the current e-business strategies and also be suggesting some possible changes they can make to their strategies.
Hello, my name is Dushan. I'm going to talk about risk assessment and Porter's 5 forces analysis.
Yep.
About Wine Fusion. So how long has the business been running? Wine Fusion has been operating for over 8 years. Founders Chris and Andrew, together with sales director John, spot over 70 years experience in the wine trade between them. What services they offer and businesses they sell to. Wine Fusion is a business-to-business strategy. Wine Fusion business is conducted between companies rather than between business to consumers. They have collaborated with Asda and they ticketed wine tasting in Asda, of which over 500 ran from 1997 to 2005. They've also collaborated with Virgin Wines. Virgin Virtual Winemaker, they created open source concept for Virgin Wines back in 2010. It went on to win Innovation Trophy at the International Wine Challenge in 2003 and is still going strong. What makes them unique? They are bespoke, which means they create niche-driven wines from scratch for some of the biggest names in mail order, independent retail, on-trade and grocery.
I am going to talk about the analysis of external environment. So the first thing I'm going to talk is about the political. With the political, Brexit affection, it affects the economic growth, solar, and create unfavorable exchange rates. It also estimates that there is reduction in the wine export from Europe, which is $1.2 billion because of the falling in demand. So it's this one will leading to the increase in the cost and decrease of the demanding, and will have the trouble for Wine Fusion in their trading. According to the chief executive of Magic Wine, Gowan Bromley, the weaker of the pound also make the price of the importing wine and grape getting more expensive. The effect of this affect the Wine Fusion have the trouble in importing the ingredient and also affect directly the wine price in this company. So the government of UK had decided to freezing the wine and the spirit duty in this autumn budget. This seems the positive good news for the Wine Fusion, because this action will save UK wine and spirit industry nearly £247 million. It can see as because it also means that it would be no change in duty level on average price bottle of both still and sparkling wines with 40% alcohol by volume, according to MarketLight 2017. In terms of economics, the weaker pound and the higher in-charge duty made the Wine Fusion have to change the champagne and processed gold price up to 5% and 9% per bottle respectively. Also, the turnover in independent English wine producer grew 17% in past year, up to £113.8 million, and this sector also account nearly tripled in last 5 years for just £55.7 million in the periods of 2010 and 2011, according to MarketLight. Now I am going to analyze the social effects on Wine Fusion. I would say that the canned wine, chill red wine, or sparkling wine are the main trend of drinking. Following though, the chill wine are the main product of this company. So I think that because of the suitable trend, the Wine Fusion gonna be get successful with their product because their product fit with the trend in alcohol market. About the technology factor, I would say that the evolution of shopping online to give the customer the website to see every product with the detail, and they also can pay via online. It is the good thing because most of the product Wine Fusion do, they also do is in the order mail. And the second thing is the new marketing technique. After purchasing, they can give the feedback, or they can give the feedback through the email to show how they feel after purchasing, how is their shopping experience. The measurement of and with the production process technology, the measurement of the light penetration help the farmer can assess whether there is enough the light penetration to fruit zone, which in turn to fit into the color, flavor, aroma of the grape to make the good quality product. And also the development in technology of the vine jar to control the grape get wine perfectly, and the digital vine jar project is created. Thank you.
One of their weaknesses is consistency. Wine Fusion is known to selling natural wines. A natural wine is different every year. This isn't something that different large buyers are willing to accept. Another weakness is the accessibility. Natural wine can be mass delivered. So natural winemakers will never have the capacity to produce the quantity of bottles required, expected to supply a chain of general stores or off license. Now we're going to talk about the opportunity. Social media is a key in the company's growth as it will help them to sell their products online. The center belief behind the Wine Fusion is that through a mix of smart sourcing and branding and contemporary delivery, it has an opportunity to lift wine into an altogether more exciting and engaging space. A space where the customers will find a product irresistible as the brand are trying to build their value into their product. A space where they can build a steady, focused brand project that connect with people in general, similarly as the hero food brands of today. A space where little by little they can take wine into a more encouraging future, one where food and different areas of the beverage business, for example wine and spirits, already find themselves. If they can do it, why can't wine do it? Britain's place in the worldwide wine industry production network can be drained out as the UK voted in favor of Brexit. An industry body has cautioned. Another threat is the climate change, which affects the winemaking. And the last but not least, wine market remains heavily fragmented.
After analysing Wine Fusion, we have come up with a list of current strategies that they are using to conduct their business. The first one is business to business. They currently only sell directly to businesses such as Asda and other large companies. The benefit for this is that they have large sales and they have guaranteed contracts. However, there is a disadvantage to this as well. The disadvantage is that they may be losing out on a wider range of the target market. Therefore, they could be losing out on possible revenue. The next one is that they have a website. On their website, they have extensive information about the history of the business and the portfolio of the business. The disadvantage of this is that they could have less information than their competitors, and in terms of products and pricing, they do not include anything like that on their website. The next strategy is that they do not contact the general public as customers. The benefit to this is that it's time effective and cost effective, as they only need to appeal to the businesses that they sell to. The disadvantages to this could mean that their marketing department is very limited, therefore it is harder to attract new customers. After analysing their current e-business strategies, we came up with suggestions to possible e-business strategies. Social media is one that we suggested, such as advertising on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The benefits to this, that is low cost advertising, and another benefit is that it has been said that advertising on social media is a prompt and fast way of creating customer awareness. However, the disadvantage to this is that they could get negative reviews and bad reviews on their social media pages from customers, and another risk is the safety of information, for example hacking. The second suggestion we made is to target a wider range of customers and consumers. The benefit for this is potential for higher revenue and sales, expansion of the business could lead more to awareness. However, the disadvantage to this could mean that the expense will be higher, and if they do fail, and it could be a waste of budget and resources. They could also lose the support of existing businesses because of the price sensitivity. The next one is improving their website and the contents they post on their website. The reason why this is a benefit is because it is an effective form of advertising, and it also brings the website up to speed and up to date. The only disadvantage we came up with for this one is the cost might be greater than the benefits when improving the websites. The fourth suggestion we made was to implement an online payment service for customers to directly buy from their website, such as PayPal. Making it easier and safer for customers to purchase directly from the website is a benefit. However, the downside is that the data protection of the customer's payment details is at risk. The final one is customer feedback service, such as surveys and reviews. If Wine Fusion implement this, they will be able to receive formative feedback and a positive criticism to where they can improve on. The negative one part of this suggestion would be that it could bring negative publicity and customers could leave bad reviews, therefore driving away potential customers.
So now I'm going to talk about the risk assessment of Wine Fusion. The first point I'm going to talk about is a preserved area. So to have better quality and style of wine, the wine should be reserved in a hot and preserved area. Otherwise, the quality of the wine can be affected. The next point I'm going to talk about is the safety of the staff and workers of the company. So the least technology, space and equipment that they need for the making of wine should be well maintained for the safety of the staff and workers of the company. The next point I'm going to talk about is heavy rainfall. The grapes from the wine yard should be well looked after during heavy rainfall, and they should be kept indoor instead of outdoor in case the grape producing wine might get affected and decrease production. For example, like we can preserve it in the greenhouse. The next point I'm going to talk is about the depreciation in exchange rate. Wine Fusion gets a wine made abroad. This may affect cost and profit when there's exchange rate depreciation for the United Kingdom pound, like Brexit effect. So Wine Fusion should agree on a deal or put on a contract, no matter how the exchange rate changed, by putting a fixed amount. The next point is I'm gonna talk about maintaining good quality product. Wine Fusion should focus more on not putting high level of alcohol to maintain good quality product to retain its consumers. The next one is about the product and price list. So what the strategy we think about is like Wine Fusion should provide more information about its company. It should be able to give a description of its product as well, so that consumers know the quality and what they are buying. Wine Fusion company should be able to produce a price list and product list so that its consumers knows the actual price and the product available to them from Wine Fusion. The next point is about social media. The thing that we've analyzed before in the strategies is that Wine Fusion don't have social media interaction. So Wine Fusion should be able to be more active to its consumers, and it should provide media websites like Facebook and Instagram for customer feedbacks and complaints, and it's easier for them to market their product. The last point is I'm going to talk about the technology implementation. So as you know, technology is becoming worldwide and modernized everywhere, and as everything is modernized every day, Wine Fusion should focus more on implementing and innovating the business with technology because it is more efficient with ordering and communication. So now I'm going to talk about five forces for Wine Fusion. The first force I'm going to talk about is the bargaining power of suppliers. Despite high bargaining power in the wine industry, Wine Fusion seems to be somehow on the safe side because it forms part of the 25% of the wine industry, which holds 75% of the wine market. Wine Fusion is somehow safe and is supported by its parent company Lancaster Group. The second point I'm going to talk about is the bargaining power of consumers. There has been a big demand for Wine Fusion sparkling wine, so this can increase consumption. This should also increase plantation and benefit of the favorable weather conditions. The next point I'm going to talk about is the intensity of existing rivalry. Exit barriers are high for Wine Fusion to exit the wine industry, as the company already have to pay government taxes. The next point I'm talking about is the trade of substitutes. So the trade of substitute for Wine Fusion is like the fruit juice, soft drinks and beers that other companies are supplying. And last and not least, I'm going to talk about the trade of new competitors. Also, there is low barriers to entry. There is low trade for new competitors. As to be able to enter the wine industry, a big sum of capital is required, and the company needs to have economies of scale to operate in the wine market. Also, advanced technology is required in the wine industry, and it takes large sum of money to do the marketing as well. Thank you.
From our research, we've narrowed down to 3 main recommendations for Wine Fusion to start up with e-business. 3 main recommendations are social media, Google Analytics, and customer relationship management software. Social media. Social media is an incredibly easy and cheap way to connect to your audience and build awareness. Wine Fusion has an opportunity to expand. To expand in the new market, they need to have a more digital presence. Abigail Freeman, Director of Projects and Partnership at We Are Pop, a pop-up shop marketplace, says, social media is an incredibly easy and cheap way to connect to your audience and build awareness. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram gives you direct access to a potentially high audience. According to William, founder of Open Journalism platform, he claims that you can have the greatest product in the world, but the internet is vast and getting your product seen is arguably the greatest challenge for an online business. Online is an excellent platform for selling, but it doesn't happen overnight. You have to let everyone know you're there, build up a loyal following, and fill the social media and marketing void with content. One way that Wine Fusion can keep track of their customers is by using Google Analytics software. They can benefit from installing this software by keeping track of customers visiting their website. By getting this information, they can make their website better. Google Analytics can help Wine Fusion keep an eye of what's working and what's not working, and they can make improvements on this. A final recommendation for Wine Fusion is for them to install a customer relationship management software. The free, they can use Soho CRM. This is a free version, and I think is a great choice for Wine Fusion, that because they're looking for cost-effective CRM software. This software is best for very small businesses that require a simple CRM solution, specifically those with no more than 10 employees. Because it's a free software, Zoho CRM is also a budget-friendly way to test drive one and figure out if it's worth the investment. So if Wine Fusion don't like it, you know, it won't cost them a thing, so they can end up buying another software, which I think will benefit the company.